David Jones was born in Dundee, Scotland in 1965. From a young age, he was fascinated by computers. He spent many hours learning about programming. This was a time when home computers were new and exciting. Jones saw the potential for creating interactive entertainment. He did not follow a traditional path into the business world. Instead, he pursued his passion for technology. He enrolled at the Dundee Institute of Technology to study computer science. It was here that his skills began to truly take shape, laying the groundwork for a future that would change video games forever. His dedication was clear to everyone who knew him. Mike Dailly was also from Dundee, born in 1970. Like Jones, he developed an early love for video games and the magic behind them. He got his first computer, a Sinclair ZX81, and was immediately hooked. He taught himself how to code, spending countless nights creating his own simple games. Dailly was not just a player, he was a creator from the very beginning. His friends were amazed by what he could make the primitive machines do. This self-taught knowledge would become incredibly valuable. He decided to turn this hobby into a career, a decision that would eventually lead him to cross paths with another ambitious young programmer from his hometown. The two young men did not know each other at first, but their shared passion for game development put them on a collision course. David Jones was a member of the Kingsway Amateur Computer Club in Dundee. This club was a meeting place for local tech enthusiasts. In 1984, Mike Dailly, who was still a teenager, also joined the club. It was here that they finally met. They quickly discovered they had similar interests and ambitions. They talked for hours about making games, sharing ideas and dreaming of what they could build together. This meeting was the first small step toward creating a legendary company. Their friendship grew stronger through their shared projects at the computer club. Jones was already thinking bigger. He wanted to start his own video game company. In 1987, he founded DMA Design. The name DMA came from the programming manuals he used. It stood for Direct Mind Access, which he later joked meant doesn't mean anything. He initially worked out of a small room in his parents' house. Soon after, he asked Dailly to join him. Dailly became the company's very first employee. Together, they were a small but powerful team, ready to take on the rapidly growing video game industry from their small corner of Scotland. DMA Design's first major project was a game called Menace. It was a side-scrolling shooter, a popular genre at the time. Jones did most of the programming and design, while Dailly helped with the graphics and other tasks. They worked hard, fueled by their passion and very little money. The game was published in 1988 by Psygnosis, a well-known publisher. Menace was a commercial success. It sold well and received good reviews from gaming magazines. This early victory proved that their small studio could compete with bigger companies. It gave them the confidence and the funds to think about their next, more ambitious project. Their next big hit was even more famous. It was a puzzle game called Lemmings. Released in 1991, Lemmings was a completely original idea. The player had to guide a group of small green-haired creatures through dangerous levels. Mike Dailly came up with the initial character animation, a simple 8x8 pixel sprite that he created as a fun little experiment. Jones saw the potential in these tiny walking figures. The team at DMA expanded on the idea, creating a game that was both charming and challenging. Lemmings became a global phenomenon, selling millions of copies and making DMA Design a household name among gamers. The success of Lemmings transformed DMA Design. The company grew quickly, hiring more programmers, artists, and designers. They moved out of Jones's small workspace and into a proper office in Dundee. The studio became a hub of creativity, a place where new and exciting ideas were constantly being developed. Jones acted as the leader and creative director, guiding the overall vision of the company. Dailly, with his strong technical skills, was a key programmer and problem solver. They created a unique work environment that was fun, chaotic, and encouraged experimentation. This culture was essential for the groundbreaking work that was yet to come. Throughout the early 1990s, DMA Design continued to release a variety of games for different platforms. They worked on sequels to Lemmings and created other titles like Walker and Hired Guns. While not all of them reached the same level of fame as Lemmings, they helped the company build its reputation for quality and innovation. Jones and Dailly remained at the core of the creative process. They were always looking for the next big thing, the next idea that could push the boundaries of what video games could be. Their experiences during this period, both the successes and the failures, taught them valuable lessons about game design and the industry. The idea that would become Grand Theft Auto started in 1995. It began as a project called Race and Chase. The initial concept was a fun, fast-paced driving game with a cops and robbers theme. The player could choose to be a police officer chasing criminals or a robber trying to get away. The development team at DMA Design, including Jones and Dailly, wanted to create a large living city for players to drive through. They focused on building a sophisticated traffic system and a physics engine that would make the car chases feel exciting and unpredictable. The game was ambitious from the very beginning. However, the development of Race and Chase was not easy. The project was filled with problems. The game was often unstable, crashing frequently. The initial gameplay, where you played as a cop, was considered boring by the team. They found it was much more fun to be the criminal, crashing into other cars and running from the police. This led to a major shift in the game's focus. The team decided to let the player be the bad guy. This was a controversial choice, but it made the game much more entertaining. The name was eventually changed to Grand Theft Auto, reflecting this new criminal focus. Mike Dailly was the lead programmer and played a crucial role in solving the many technical challenges. He was responsible for creating the top-down graphics engine that allowed for a large, detailed city to be rendered on screen. David Jones, as the producer and creative lead, guided the overall vision. He pushed the team to create a game that gave players freedom. He wanted a world where you could go anywhere and do anything, not just follow a linear path. This idea of an open-world sandbox was revolutionary for its time. It was this commitment to player freedom that set Grand Theft Auto apart from other games. After a long and difficult development cycle, Grand Theft Auto was finally released in 1997. The game was unlike anything else on the market. Its top-down perspective, mature themes, and open-ended gameplay were a shock to many. It became an instant commercial success, partly because of the media controversy surrounding its violent content. For Jones, Dailly, and the rest of the DMA Design team, it was a massive achievement. They had taken a troubled project and turned it into a cultural landmark. The game they created laid the foundation for one of the most successful entertainment franchises in history, changing the industry forever. After the huge success of Grand Theft Auto, the careers of David Jones and Mike Dailly went in different directions. DMA Design was acquired by the publisher Rockstar Games and was eventually renamed Rockstar North. David Jones left the company he founded in 1999. He wanted to pursue new projects and ideas. He went on to establish several other game development studios, including Real-Time Worlds. With this new company, he created games like Crackdown, an open-world action game for the Xbox 360, and APB All Points Bulletin, an ambitious online multiplayer game. Jones continued to focus on creating large-scale interactive worlds for players to explore. Mike Dailly stayed with DMA Design through its transition into Rockstar North. He worked on early development for Grand Theft Auto 2 and even some initial concepts for a 3D version of the game, which would later become Grand Theft Auto 3. However, he eventually left Rockstar in 2000. Like Jones, he was eager to work on new and different challenges. He later joined David Jones at Real-Time Worlds for a period. Dailly has also been involved in mobile game development and has shared many fascinating stories and prototype videos from his time at DMA Design, giving fans a unique look into the creation of their favorite classic games. The legacy of what Jones and Dailly created with the original Grand Theft Auto is immense. They pioneered the open-world genre, creating a formula that has been copied and evolved by countless other games. The idea of giving players a virtual city as a sandbox for their own adventures became a cornerstone of modern game design. The Grand Theft Auto series itself has grown into a global entertainment giant, but it all started with the vision and hard work of that small team in Dundee. Their willingness to take risks and push creative boundaries set a new standard for the industry. Today, both David Jones and Mike Dailly remain respected figures in the video game world. Jones is currently involved with cloud-based gaming technology, continuing his work on the cutting edge of the industry. Dailly is active in the development community and often speaks about his past experiences, providing valuable insights for a new generation of game creators. While they may no longer work together on the same projects, the impact of their collaboration is undeniable. They are the architects behind a gaming revolution, two programmers from Dundee whose ideas reshaped interactive entertainment and left a permanent mark on popular culture.